is Jarbon from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. Now, some folks throughout the galaxy aren't as big of fans of hunting and killing like we are, so I'm here with some animal rights protesters. Now, why do you think the lesser beings throughout the galaxy should have rights? And why should superior beings throughout the galaxy be able to rip in their spines and tear them out like all the other weaker beings?
That's quite the introduction. Well, first of all, I would disagree with the fact that you disagree with the language. We don't think that they're lesser beings, and we don't think that we're superior. We think that as Darwin said, the difference is a matter of degree. It's not a matter of kind. We don't think that we're lesser or greater than the dolphins, or the chimpanzees, or dogs, and we all have our own abilities. Who's to say? I think it's pretty. Sorry, keep this somewhere. I'm looking up here.
You want to start over?
I wasn't expecting this.
Well, I'm just kind of having fun with it.
Absolutely. Okay, let's have fun.
So why should these lesser beings have rights?
Why should women have rights? We don't think of them as lesser beings. And you have to define it. Are you saying a dolphin, a chimpanzee, a dog? We used to say that about African Americans. We used to say that about women. Less than 100 years ago, women were considered chattel. Women didn't have the right to vote. We talk, developmentally disabled adults. Like, you could do anything. They were in freak shows in the circus, 40 years ago. We're constantly, I think, if you want to call it superior beings, we're evolving. As we evolve, I think our morals have to evolve also. So,
So I understand that you had some protests against Rupert Murdoch's of live animal exports in other planets such as Australia, taking their products to the Arab planets and in the Middle Eastern galaxies. Now, what do you have to say about the export of live animals throughout the galaxy?
We're absolutely against it. It's absolutely one of the most horrific things you've ever seen. They're taking these millions of animals from Australia, and they're also doing it in the United States, by the way, not in the same numbers, but in Australia, taking millions of sheep, cattle, and goats. They're shipping over to Indonesia, various countries. And what they're doing is, these cattle. We've got video. They're sitting there kicking the cattle in the head, punching them in the face. They're putting cayenne pepper in their fingers, jabbing in the cattle's eyes. I mean, this is something. If you do it to your dog, you'd be arrested. I mean, it's just, I think there's certain things there's certain cruelty when you see a certain act. Whether you're Ted Nugent and the biggest hunter in the world, there's just certain things, activities that are wrong. They're just fundamentally on the face of them wrong. It's a prima facie case. Anybody that sees this video.
Now, when you say putting cayenne pepper into their fingernails and stuff, couldn't you just call that a type of seasoning the meat before the kill?
Well, no. Are you planning on eating no, absolutely not. Because imagine sometimes if you take a shower, you get a little bit of soap in your eye. How painful that is. Well, you remember that soap's already been diluted. Then you got the water on top of it. Imagine cayenne pepper. They take it in the fingers and they jab it into the eyeball. Just so the cow will get, typically a cow or sheep will be laying down because it's...
Well, I know eyeball soup is quite good for folks on my planet. We enjoy it quite a bit. Why shouldn't beings throughout the galaxy be able to rip into the skulls and eat all the animals throughout the galaxy?
Well, first of all, we're opposed to the killing of animals for food. We think clearly a vegetarian vegan diet is the most healthy diet for humans. We care about people. That's why we do this, because it's healthier for us. It's healthier for the planet. But just take, even if you were going to eat these animals, do you have to inflict as much cruelty on them? I mean, if you're going to kill them, which we are completely against, at least we owe it to them not to torture them. I mean, that's insane. Why, there's absolutely no reason why you can't, why you need to torture an animal. That's just sick. I don't think anybody be a sociopath. Look at this video.
Sociopath? You calling me a sociopath?
Would be completely against this. So yeah. There are a couple of sociopaths. There's the Ted Bundys of this world. There's one that when you look at the FBI's one of their main facts when you look at serial killers, and so right now, like at the top of the list, close to the top of the list is for serial killers.
Couldn't a serial killer just be considered a sportsman like me?
Cruelty to animals is one of the best indicators as to violence towards women, violence towards other people. So the police, the feds, everybody's very, it's an established fact that people that are cruel to animals tend to be cruel to their own species. We say, hey, you know what? Let's just be kind. In the words of Rodney King, can't we all get along, you know?
Oh, it's only 5 minutes. Wow, I thought it was more longer than that. Anything else?
People get tired of that shit all the time. That's all I got. Right?
Okay, so in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like? Oh, actually, let's do a safari. Now I know on my world I have quite a bit of game safaris and hunting and stuff. Now where do you I mean, since I'm a real supporter of hunting on my world and other planets throughout the galaxy, taking the big scumbags throughout the galaxy, like the worst individuals in my latest movie, Predators. We take all the biggest drug dealers and stuff and we stick them on a planet just to have some fun with them and, you know, enjoy the massacre of your criminals. What do you think about cruelty to criminals by sending them off to my hunting preserve?
What do you think about cruelty to human prisoners, sending them off to your world?
Yeah, I like to hunt the great warriors of your galaxy. I mean, I'm sure that's no different than hunting your tigers and bears and other things. Isn't that about the same? Where do you stand on safaris of lesser beings?
I'm against violence in all its forms. I think we have these these murders on our planet, or child abuse. I have zero tolerance for pedophiles, murders. We lock them up. I don't think that we stoop to their level by torturing them and hunting them. You lock them up, do whatever you want, but I don't believe in, you know, we have the right, just because you lock somebody up, you have the right to beat the crap out of them. Let's stay above the fray. Let's not lower ourselves to their level. You know, and the fact of the matter is, we got a whole lot of people in jail that are innocent. We got people on death row that are innocent. You know, and I think we got to be very, very careful in thinking that just because somebody's in prison that they're guilty. You know, you've got with the Innocence Project, with the DNA over the last several years. Boy, you know, be really careful. Treat everybody with respect. We have a better world. Animals, humans, savages like yourself. I don't want to kill you. You don't kill me.
Oh, jeez. I don't know if you can see how much I'm sweating in this thing.
Because you're losing the argument. You're sweating because you're losing the argument.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say to the beings throughout the galaxy about this or any other subject?
Just try, yeah, be kind to one another. You know, try, yeah. That's about it. You know, just.
Okay, so in closing.
Simple.
So in closing, this is Jarba.
The golden rule. It comes down to.
Okay. So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say to the beings throughout the galaxy?
Yeah, I think it's real good. As with all religions, most religions come down to one basic principle: live by the golden rule. And I'm not meaning that those who own the gold make the rules. I understand that's
a good position here.
But I'm talking about the treat everybody with respect and kindness. We'll all be better. You know.
So all right. So in closing, this is Jarbant from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. Oh, that was about 8.